The room trembled. Not with footsteps or wind, but with something deeper, like the fabric of reality itself had been pulled tight, straining under the weight of what I was seeing. My body was on the ground, but my spirit was not here. I was somewhere else, caught between heaven and earth, trembling before visions too vast for mortal eyes. I tried to breathe, but even air felt heavy. My heart hammered against my ribs, desperate to escape. My hands shook uncontrollably as I clutched the table before me, but in the vision there was no table, no room, no palace walls. Just only a storm of images, flashing one after another, relentless as thunder, beasts, 4 of them. Rising out of a restless sea, their forms monstrous and unnatural. The first like a lion but with wings of an eagle, standing proud, majestic, terrifying. Then another a bear, its back weighed down with ribs clamped in its teeth, rising on one side as if unbalanced. A third, a leopard, swift and sleek, 4 wings on its back, 4 heads glaring in every direction. And then the fourth. My knees buckled at the sight of it. No name, no comparison could do it justice. Its iron teeth glistened as it crushed and devoured everything in its path. 10 horns crowned its head, and as I stared, another horn grew among them, small at first, then greater, arrogant, boasting, eyes blazing with defiance. I fell to the ground, gasping, my forehead pressed against the cold stone. Lord, what does this mean? My voice cracked, swallowed by the weight of silence, and then fire. A throne of flame appeared, its wheels blazing, its seat consumed in radiance. Upon it sat the Ancient of Days, his hair white as wool, his garments shining brighter than lightning. Streams of fire poured forth before him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood in attendance, voices rising in a roar of worship. Books were opened. Judgment began. The beasts trembled before him. The arrogant horn fell silent. And then one like a son of man approached, riding on the clouds of heaven. Authority was placed upon him, dominion without end, a kingdom that would never be destroyed. I jolted back to myself, my chest heaving, sweat drenching my robes. My servants rushed toward me, their faces pale with fear. I waved them away, unable to speak. My lips moved soundlessly, my mind still caught in the vision. That night, I could not sleep. Every shadow seemed to crawl with the outlines of beasts. Every whisper of wind carried echoes of the heavenly court. I pressed my face to the floor and prayed, my voice raw. Lord, I do not understand. Show me. Tell me. And he did. A voice clear and terrible broke the silence. The 4 beasts are 4 kingdoms that shall arise from the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess it forever, forever and ever. My heart pounded harder. I tried to steady my breath. But the 4th beast, I whispered. The horn that speaks against you, that wages war on your people, what of it? The voice thundered. It shall be different from the others. It shall devour the earth, crush it, break it to pieces. It shall speak words against the Most High, and wear down his saints. But the court shall sit in judgment, and its dominion shall be taken away. The kingdom and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the Most High. His kingdom shall be everlasting. All rulers shall serve and obey him. I wept, the tears hot on my cheeks. The weight of the vision pressed against me like stone, but beneath it burned a fire. Hope, not just for me, not just for my people in exile, but for all nations, all time. Days turned into weeks. More visions came. Some in dreams, some while I was awake. My body weakened. My hair grew thin. My skin clung to my bones. But the fire within me only burned brighter. One night, as I stood by the river Tigris, fasting and mourning for my people, the world shattered again. A figure appeared before me clothed in linen, his waist girded with gold, his face like lightning, his eyes blazing like torches. His arms and legs shone like burnished bronze, his voice roared like a multitude. I fell to the ground, trembling, my strength gone. My companions fled, though they had seen nothing. A hand touched me, gentle, lifting me from the dust. Fear not, Daniel, the voice said, steady, strong. From the first day you set your heart to understand and humbled yourself before your God, your words have been heard. I have come because of your prayers. But the prince of Persia resisted me 21 days until Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. My lips quivered. Why? Why have you come? His eyes burned into mine. I have come to show you what is written in the book of truth. Kings will rise and fall. Wars will rage. Your people will face suffering, betrayal, destruction. But those who know their God shall stand firm. Some shall fall by sword and flame, by captivity and plunder. Yet through them, many shall be refined, purified, and made white until the time of the end. My body shook, my heart nearly failing under the weight of his words. How long? I whispered. The angel's gaze softened, yet did not waver, until the time appointed. Many shall sleep in the dust of the earth, but some shall awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the heavens, and those who lead many to righteousness, like the stars forever and ever. The vision burned into me, brighter than the sun, heavier than the seas. My knees buckled again, but the angel's hands steadied me. Seal the words, Daniel. The end is not yet. But it will come. And then he was gone. The river roared beside me, indifferent, endless. My body was weak, my strength sapped, but my spirit soared with a terrible, glorious fire. I had seen the Ancient of Days. I had seen the Son of Man. I had seen kingdoms rise and fall, beasts devour, horns blaspheme, angels wage war. And yet through it all, I had seen the victory of my God. That night I sat alone, the city sleeping around me, the stars burning bright overhead. My hands trembled as I held the scroll and began to write, the words flowing not from me but through me. Prophecies of beasts and horns, of fire and judgment, of kings and kingdoms that would pass like dust. Words meant not just for Babylon, not just for my generation, but for all time. I knew the cost. These visions were not mine to control. They carried both comfort and terror. They spoke of deliverance, but also of suffering yet to come. I wept as I wrote, the ink blurring with my tears. But I did not stop. I could not stop. The fire would not let me. When the final words were sealed, I leaned back, my body frail, my breath shallow. The night was silent, but the silence was alive, with the echo of trumpets, with the roar of beasts, with the thunder of angelic armies, with the whisper of eternity. I closed my eyes and whispered into the darkness, the Lord reigns. Though kingdoms rise and fall, though empires boast and oppress, though beasts devour and horns blaspheme, the Lord reigns, and his kingdom shall never end. The words lingered in the air like a vow, and in the depths of my soul, I knew history would march on. Babylon would fall. Persia would rise and crumble. Greece, Rome, and kingdoms beyond counting would come and go. But one day, on clouds of glory, the Son of Man would return, and every throne, every beast, every horn would bow before him. Until then, I would wait. I would write. I would pray. And I would trust, for I had seen enough to know, the battle belongs not to kings or armies, but to the Ancient of Days, forever and ever.